Hello and welcome back to the WGL APAC Season 1. It's been a fantastic day so far, Gogo. We've just seen Team Efficiency absolutely break apart Coalition Zoo and, in a masterful display, pick up the 5-0 victory. Now, though, we'll turn our sights back to a match that we saw yesterday.
Yes, a match that we saw yesterday, and it lived up to all of the hype that had been building up around it. Of course, the match right now is WGaming and Caren Tiger, the battle royale of the two Japanese teams in our league this season. And, well, yes, they lived up to the hype. Caren Tiger ended up taking it out in a 5-4, but really, absolutely anything could happen today.
Yeah, I mean, I'm really looking forward to this one. We've seen yesterday, obviously, you mentioned it, go to a 5-4. I mean, are we going to see a similar result coming out today? Is someone going to come back with some counter strats? It's hard to tell how these two teams are going to face off in such a short period of time, whether they've even had time to think about some of the things that they could have changed.
Yeah, well, I hear you say counter strats there, Jordan. I was just taking a quick look at the Twitch chat after Team Efficiency's win right there, and I saw someone say that counter strats are so important. That's why the Allies won World War II. So apparently. So maybe if they value counter strats as much as that, then we might be seeing some counter strats here between WGaming and Caren Tiger, but only one way to find out.
Yeah, speaking of WGaming, let's have a look and see who they are. Of course, sitting at number 4 on the ladder at the moment, but I think they came into this week at number 3. Although I'm not 100% sure on that, but still, they're sitting up towards the top.
Yes.
And they've been doing some great work yesterday. Didn't quite have enough to pull it over against Caren Tiger.
Yeah, but again, definitely some tankers to look out for here on the WGaming lineup. We've got Til Matil. Always love seeing Til get some big plays there, and well, also Mr. Utori as well. We do like seeing Utori make some big plays. Of course, the captain 7mm, also worth a mention. For WGaming, but overall they're all very solid tankers, I think, Jordan, and I mean, that's really what defines WGaming as a team. They're very solid all around, and they're not the sort of team that makes a lot of mistakes. If they lose, it will be a gradual loss, and it'll just be by them getting outplayed by their enemies. It'll very rarely be because they've actually made mistakes.
I think it's fairly similar on the side of Caren Tiger, though. They do tend to be a team that goes for those really long battles. And I mean, Caren Tiger, they've had something like 5 tiebreaker wins throughout this entire season, including yesterday. So definitely in for the long game, and that's their lineup. We've seen them so much. Probably the team I'd say that has actually played the most rounds throughout APAC.
Probably, exactly. 86 right there. But overall, Caren Tiger, look, again, they do have a somewhat similar play style to WGaming in some ways. They are a slightly more sort of defense-oriented team, just very slightly than WGaming. But Shino Zakat, he's one to look out for in the Caren Tiger lineup. Mudame as well. Caren Tiger has lots of big players, really. And I think with Caren Tiger, sometimes we see Mudame, flip over his tank in Himmelsdorf or drive off a cliff, something like that. But can definitely make the big plays as well as the small plays.
Yeah, definitely. It's going to be another battle here, really, between the two teams. Having seen yesterday's performances, do you have perhaps a prediction as to how this one's going to go, or do you have any thoughts that you want to make clear before it starts?
I mean, obviously, any predictions that I make, I think the core thing here is that either team could win. We saw a tiebreaker yesterday. I don't see any reason why today's matches shouldn't go to a tiebreaker again. So I'd say tiebreaker, and this time, just for a bit of variety, let's say that WGaming might be able to pull through. They came so close yesterday. They're going to really want it. They're going to want revenge against Caren Tiger. They're going to want to prove that they're, at least as good, or that at least that they can win against their Japanese sort of kind of brother team, I suppose. So
Yeah, I agree. I think it might be, again, a very close matchup here. I would maybe favour B Gaming a little bit as well, even though they lost yesterday. Now, one thing is different. Obviously, the map pool has changed up a little bit as well from yesterday. Yesterday, we saw Prokhorovka, Mines, Himmelsdorf, Ghost Town. Today, we're going to be seeing Ghost Town, Rurenberg, Himmelsdorf, Steps. So, a bit of a change up here. And actually, I think that's pretty good for B Gaming. Getting onto Steps there as well. It is a good map for B Gaming, although, admittedly, we did see Caren Tiger pick up the round on Steps where they won in the tiebreaker. So yeah, it still remains to be seen how this one's going to turn out, but I'm going to go B Gaming, I think 5-3.
5-3, you think? Yeah, okay, well, that's interesting. You go for a 5-3 there, but look, I think judging off those map picks, I am slightly more confident to say that it will be a 5-4 to B Gaming right here. So, it's going to be a tough one, but let's go with that 5-4 to B Gaming.
Wouldn't be far from the truth. Well, potentially it could be. Who knows what's going to come out here? We both didn't expect Team Efficiency to come out with a 5-0, and
I don't think we're going to be seeing a 5-0 here, though.
How do you know?
Seriously, I cannot see any situation that leads to a 5-0 here, particularly a Caren Tiger 5-0. They're not the team that wins like that.
They're definitely not the team that wins 5-0. I think they've done it once throughout this entire season, if I'm not mistaken. But I digress. We're going to get ready to get underway here with our first match of...
Let's do it.
Or our first map of this series. It is going to be Caren Tiger and B Gaming, starting off on Ghost Town.
Oh, look at that. Beautiful. Beautiful. Ghost Town, we've got 2 T57 heavies on either side, so I'm really liking that one. Of course, T57 heavy, that tier 10 American auto-loading heavy, has a win rate so far in the season of 68% after about 20 or so games. So these guys both locking them in. We've got AMX 50Bs on the Caren Tiger side, whereas B Gaming are going for more of the sustained damage tanks. They've got a 215B E100 as well. So we like to see that coming out from B Gaming. I like the E100, but here in Ghost Town, of course, any sort of heavy-ish tank can generally work. As we can see, these streets are great for poking, great for kind of getting hull down in as well. Let's see.
It's going to be a good matchup here on Ghost Town. Yesterday we saw it come out. It was a 1-1. Both sides picked up their defensive side. And of course, actually all the maps yesterday ended up being a 1-1. So potentially we'll see that happen again here. But definitely a good map to start off things here. It's an even map between the two teams. On paper, perhaps favouring B Gaming just a little bit. But again, they're more of a one-sided team here on Ghost Town. They are their stats are a little bit inflated by their strong defensive side. So B Gaming potentially could be losing the attacking side here. Caren Tiger would be loving to pick up this defensive side. So we'll see how this one turns out. But of course, Caren Tiger starting off on the attack. This is the real test for them because B Gaming historically have been very good on the defensive side.
Yeah, exactly. So B Gaming right here, as we see them moving up a little bit towards the one flag. Caren Tiger already putting the pressure on with that T54 lightweight. And B Gaming at the moment with some of their tanks around the one flag. They've also got Tomato, JP and Utori doing a close flank. I'm not too sure if I like them flanking that far in towards the team because Utori, I think he might have just been caught out right there in that Batchet 25 TAP. He's run into Caren Tiger. He goes down.
He does indeed go down. Utori not having the best of times there, but Polly and Yupa very keen to oblige with a couple of shells in his direction. Good start from Caren Tiger here. The attacking side working out quite well, and if they can break the defense here of B Gaming, they have a great opportunity of 2-0ing this map.
Definitely, and those T57 heavies, I'm really liking where Dekamori Sane is kind of sat there as well, just able to unload an entire clip on towards Lod. I think only 1 or 2 shots actually managed to hit Lod though, and oh no, from the side actually, that's going to be a 113. Til Matil getting a bit of work in there of against Dekamori Sane. And it's going to be 2 free shots essentially, which you don't really want to be giving away if you're a T57 heavy.
No, definitely not. Til Matil is going to be able to take down Opalisk there. So it's a tier 8 traded for tier 9. Still, in theory, favours Caren Tiger, but really it does feel like they've let B Gaming back into this a little bit.
Yeah, definitely. And B Gaming, they have a lower HP pool at the moment, but it's definitely still fairly close. Still anyone's game. And Caren Tiger, they're rotating 2 of their tanks up, Yupa and Shinozaka, up towards the rest of their kind of main force, if you will, up near that one flag. And it's looking like they are going to be positioning for a one flag push. And without that tier 8 to put cap pressure on, they really don't have too many other choices. They just have to go for a bit of a brawl here. And it looks like they're going to be trying to get on towards the side of some of these B gaming tanks with Poly, Yupa, and Shinozaka. 3 AMX 50Bs. You don't want them on your side.
This has been a good flank coming out from Caren Tiger, very reminiscent of the EL Gaming one against B Gaming. In fact, again, I guess it goes to show B Gaming perhaps a little bit of a weakness in that department. And you can see the T57 heavy there of T4. He's taken a few shots. Now these AMX 50Bs on the reload. A bit of a respite here for B Gaming, but really, Caren Tiger have done the job that they needed to. They've done the damage, and this is very heavily weighed in their favor now. Taki and T4 both with very damaged tanks, and T4 looks like he's going to be going down very shortly as well.
Yeah, there we go. So T4 is not going to be looking too healthy in that T57 heavy. Does manage to take down Akio V and actually empty his entire clip and may even get a reload on that one. But no, Yupa finishes him off. And B Gaming right there, only with 3 tanks remaining. Caren Tiger should be able to take him out. Taki, though, will be able to try and get some damage out. Not enough to take down Yupa, though. As Caren Tiger looking to close this one out. They do need to find Tomato JP, who's running away in that batch at AP, though. Oh no, and Lord just missed that shot, I think, on towards Dekamore Sane in the E100.
Yeah, well, it's been a strong performance from Caren Tiger. Those AMX 50Bs in particular have really looked fantastic for Caren Tiger in this one. And yeah, look, I think that's a great result here from Caren Tiger. Yes, just to get the 1-0 up, which is fantastic in its own right, but to take B Gaming's defensive side on Ghost Town and rip it apart like that, has been a great start here for Caren Tiger. I mean, we saw them yesterday. They picked up their own defensive side on Ghost Town, so a good opportunity now to 2-0 it. Ghost Town, again, I've already mentioned it, it's not that comfortable for B Gaming on the attack.
Yeah, well, we can see that. Exactly. Not too comfortable at all on that side of it. And B Gaming will definitely be, well, looking to come back in towards it, but overall, just a smart push there from Caren Tiger that helped them win it. You know, they got that early pick, and they were able to translate that. They pushed their tanks up. You know, those AMX 50Bs on the flank when they made the main push in towards the town, perfect. You know, no one was there to really stop the AMX 50Bs from just unloading in towards B Gaming on the side of that street. The rest of the Caren Tiger members pushed up, were able to corner, I suppose. Fire down on towards B Gaming and seal the deal.
Yeah, well, that's exactly it. I mean, it was just great stuff from Caren Tiger. Getting that initial kill really helped them out as well. I mean, they did allow one to fall back into the side of B Gaming, but, you know, they just were able to come back from it. And, yeah, it's a good start from Caren Tiger. They've looked very decisive there on their attacking side of Ghost Town. So we'll have a look at the replays and, well, maybe see where it all fell apart there for B Gaming.
Maybe we will. It's looking like B Gaming there. Well, we did see them start off, and they did manage to get a kill back on towards the T54 lightweight of Opalus. But yeah, Kian Power here just getting absolutely caught out by those AMX 50Bs. And at this stage, we also have those 2 Caren Tiger members that were flanking up towards the 1 flag. You know, just really putting the pain on towards B Gaming. Focus firing very, very well. And Taki going down there as well.
Yeah, well, not much that Tomato JP could do in that sort of a situation there. But, yeah, so I guess looking forward to that second half, how do you feel about this one coming into it?
I think it's going to be very hard for B Gaming to come back after that performance, but they could do it.
Alrighty, well, let's have a look first at the post-battle stats. AMX 50Bs up the top. That's flank coming around from the back. No surprises to see them up the top there and putting in the damage. And 4,984, pretty good for Yupa.
Yeah, cannot complain about that one there. But T4, the top damage deal of B Gaming, in that T57 heavy. So the T57 definitely doing some work there, but the AMX is just outdoing it in the damage numbers. And the other T57 still all dealing a kind of semi-decent amount of damage, apart from, well, Dekamore Sane there. Only got a couple of shots to actually go through. And unfortunately, Utori there just caught out. And I'm not too sure really what that was, because we weren't really looking at Utori when he was doing his thing. But very, very strange and very, very risky to push into where he actually went into.
Yeah.
You know, he just went, like, normally when you're doing the flank on Ghost Town, you go all the way around. and you know, go back towards the defender's spawn or the attacker's spawn area, right? And Utori, he was just going right through the town at full speed, you know, not even checking the corner to see if there's an enemy team there. So really, not a big play from Mr. Utori right there.
Yeah, it definitely didn't work out too well at all for B Gaming to start things off with a loss of a tank. Caren Tiger, yeah, of course they were able to come back into it, and they lost a tank, but they came back into it. Now heading on to the second half here, favouring Caren Tiger a little bit, I think, heading into that one, just from the performance that they put up there on that initial half of Ghost Town. It is going to be tough for B Gaming, but as you mentioned, like some of those mistakes that B Gaming might have made early on, where they lost that tank early, that's an easy fix, right? You just say, oh, well, we're not going to do an aggressive scout like that. We're not going to just charge straight into the town. So, again, things that can be fixed there for B Gaming quite easily. So, again, a little bit up in the air, 50-50, maybe 60-40. I'm still favouring Caren Tiger, but let's have a look and see if the tank lineups are going to give us a bit of a better indication as to how this one is going to go.
Okay, so what do we got here? We've got some sort of standard stuff on both sides, like the E100 there by Caren Tiger, like the T57 Heavy on either sides. What I don't like is the T54 E1 of B Gaming. I really feel as though you should just go for a Batchat AP instead, because there's nothing that the T54 E1 offers in a tier 10 game that makes it desirable over a Batchat AP, in my opinion. It's got much lower penetration, no real armor. Yeah, it's got a little bit of turret armor, but often it's still not enough to ricochet. So,
Oh, Zacket avoiding a little bit of fire there. Now, Caren Tiger on their defensive side of Ghost Town. Prior to this week, had a 57% win rate, but it would have been bumped up a little bit, winning the defensive side yesterday as well against B Gaming.
yes, right now, B Gaming going to be sitting back and ready for a Caren Tiger push. If they do so decide to do so, Caren Tiger actually getting pretty aggressive on the defense here and pushing right down towards B Gaming's territory. They've got a couple of spots across on towards B Gaming. They've spotted out Taki and Matil around the place as well.
Caren Tiger have already started to do a bit of damage over to B Gaming with not a huge response, actually. Akio V in the E100 soaking up a bit of damage, actually, but I guess that's his job, really, in an E100. And they do manage to get another shot across to Kyung Power. So, for the moment, B Gaming just a little worse for wear. They are managing to at least get something back onto Caren Tiger.
Yeah, exactly. And it looks like Modame there is going to be the target, almost getting completely blown up.
Wow.
Yes.
Well, that's the danger of having a couple of AMX 50Bs and a T57 looking in your direction. And, well, Mordame, that's an expensive loss there for Caren Tiger. A lot of their damage off the field in that T57 Heavy. But now, Caren Tiger are going to try and push and make an advantage out of the lack of shells available here for B Gaming. Tomato JP, he's bounced a couple of shells and, well, I feel like Caren Tiger probably should have been able to connect a couple of them. In the end, he does go down, but not before he fires another couple of shots off. And now Zacket has put himself in a bit of a dangerous position, though he's going to fire a couple more into the back of Kyung Power. That's all he's got, though. And now he has to try and hightail it out of here before he goes down. Would have liked to have had one more shot so that he could take down Kyung Power. But across the board, this is not looking good for Caren Tiger.
Yeah, not looking good at all for CT. Yeah, they need to get some more damage and some more B Gaming guns down. But just like that, Opalisk almost gets completely destroyed by Matil. That T54A1 will have an easy time going through that tier 8. And Opalisk not so much going through Matil. At the moment, though, B Gaming losing a lot of HP on Taki as well. About 1 or 2 shots from death.
This is definitely in the balance at the moment. Polly, he's not going to have a reload here, so should be taken down for free.
He's on fire!
And he is on fire as well, you're right. But really, I think the important thing is that there wasn't many wasted shots there from B Gaming. In saying that, though, their AMX 50B goes down, and it's Zacket up against Lod. Lod is going to be on the reload here, so Zacket might have a couple of free shots, but actually Matil is hanging around back out of the camera shot as well, so he's being a bit of a pain. It's now a 2v2. Yupa is off the reload. Opalisk, the RU251 here for Caren Tiger, needs to get involved as well. Yupa, is he going to survive for long enough to get another shot across?
Oh, he hits the building.
Yeah, that's a crucial shot that's gone awry. Even if he does finally get that kill onto Lod, he is going to go down here to Matil, and it's going to be a 1v1 between the RU251 and the T-54 E1. Although, Tiltil Matil, it seems he's on the reload.
Oh, yeah.
So, spanner in the works.
Oh, okay. This is going to be where I change my mind on the T-54E1. Oh, no, he's just missed that one. Gets it, though. Gets the next one and needs to hit this against Yupa, and he does.
Got it.
Oh, whew.
Clutches it out, 2v1.
Clutches it out in the T-54A1 of all tanks. Ah, my goodness. He's going to be happy about that. But Tiltil Matil, if there's one man on B Gaming to clutch it out, it's going to be Tiltil.
Love a bit of Tiltil Matil.
Love a bit of Tiltil, absolutely. He's one of our favourites. But yeah, again in that tier 9 American medium. So what do you know? I guess.
Well, a 1-1 after the first map, and it's been a bit of a swap there. Both teams picking up the attacking side this time. Yesterday they both picked up the defending side, but again a 1-1 coming out on Ghost Town.
Yeah, 1-1. There you go. So I think moving on towards our next map, which is of course Ruinberg, I believe.
Yep.
Well, again, we're going to be seeing some more similar-ish tank picks, I feel. Maybe not the T-57 Heavies, but can I just say I really think the T-57 Heavies worked quite well there. You know, like I think if we see the damage stats and the replays, you'll really see the T-57s just absolutely pummeling out the damage in that round.
Yeah.
So good to see them. You know, one of my favourite tanks doing well.
Good to see a 1-1 coming out there. Of course, we expected this to be a pretty close matchup, so nice to see it starting off that way. Let's have a look at the replays here and see where some of those big plays came out for B Gaming. Obviously looking to that Tiltil Matil one at the end, but this was another good start. I mean, they just took down Mordame without him. Yes, he got a clip off, but really, in the T-57, getting one clip off maybe not be enough.
Yeah, no, you do generally want to get 2 clips off in those ones at least. Dekamori starting there. We saw Tomato JP actually angle his turret really, really well right here, and it actually let him get, how many is that? 1, 2, 3
Yeah, Caren Tiger
off.
really needed to take him down a little bit quicker.
Yeah. But that's why we see the T-57 heavy picked, you know, in situations like that, where you don't have a clear shot at it, you know, where you might shoot its turret or might shoot its, you know, angled frontal armor. It's got good armor, so it will ricochet a little bit, even when these tanks are shooting gold rounds. So, you know, that's why we see it picked.
Yeah, well, in the end, Tiltil Matil here, just able to pick up Opalisku. Was trying to get around to the back, but it almost feels like Opalis could have played a little bit safer there. Yupa not able to get out in the end there, but good performance from B Gaming. Gets back to 1-1. It was close, but it doesn't matter. Close. Again, it doesn't matter how you pick up the round, as long as you get that round. So, important stuff there for B Gaming to get that one. Let's have a look and see who did the damage. Maybe the T-54E1 is going to be up here.
Oh, well, there you go. I talked very lowly of the T-54E1, and then just like that, Tiltil Matil picks it, and he gets 4.3 thousand damage. There is no arguing with that.
Definitely not. Yeah, MX-50P's there as well, putting some damage up, which is not particularly surprising. But yeah, the T-54E1 came up huge. Tiltil Matil did some great work. And yeah, I guess he was around for the majority of that battle. He was the final survivor. But definitely still good to see him putting those numbers up. Who was the T-57 Heavy that got popped up? Mordame, yeah. He only got those 4 shots off. A little bit disappointing for him in the end. But really, from both sides, it was a pretty decent performance. Just went down to B Gaming in the end.
Yeah. And there we go. I mean, I suppose I shouldn't be too surprised to see the T-54E1 actually deal the damage when it survived for that long.
Yeah.
You know, per drum, it actually just about deals 1,600 damage, almost, per average drum. So, you know, it can put out a lot of damage if you can get through the targets, but it does only have 255 millimeters of pen with those gold rounds, which is a little bit less. But when you're facing up, you know, against AMX 50Bs, that's going to be enough to go through them.
Yeah, definitely is. But that's enough about Ghost Town. Now heading over to our second map, Ruinberg. It's a pretty even map here. I think it's close to a 50-50. Maybe slightly favors Caren Tiger, who have had some better results on it previously, but definitely I can see it being pretty even here.
Yeah, I think so. Ruinberg, I think it's pretty safe to call this one a 1-1. You know, flip-flop, and Caren Tiger here, although they have shown some pretty good results in Ruinberg, I think it is one of those maps where, you know, it is hard to win both the attack and the defensive lineups on it.
Definitely as well. Let's get underway with our second map of this matchup. Caren Tiger and B Gaming now heading over to Ruinberg. And, well, some pretty standard tanks coming out here.
Yeah, nothing too crazy on Ruinberg. We are seeing B Gaming going with 3 of those Chinese heavies, those 113s. Caren Tiger locking in the AMX 50Bs instead of that, and then just well, lots of bat chats on either side of the field, which is, I suppose, good to see. Can't go wrong with a couple of bat chats, and interestingly enough, something we don't always see is both teams going to be going with the T54 lightweight as their tier 8 of choice. And as opposed to the AMX 1390 that we do so often see in Ruinberg.
Yeah.
And you know, the T54 lightweight, it's light, as its name would suggest. But overall, you know, it's a very fast tank, and that's why you pick it. It's super nippy, super nippy.
Alrighty, well, might be seeing a bit of a repeat of yesterday, as we might potentially find ourselves at a 2-2 after this map, but let us see what B Gaming and Caren Tiger have in store for us. Caren Tiger have started off on the attacking side. B Gaming getting quickly into that little township on the O-line. Does look like Caren Tiger quite quickly over towards the 2-cap as well, so they definitely have a committed plan in mind.
Yeah, they do, so right there. B Gaming are going to be, well, heading up towards the 2 flag. Caren Tiger going to be heading up there as well. B Gaming's heading up into some pretty standard defensive positions, but 7mm down there has actually been spotted. Has to be quite careful. I'm not too sure if he spotted out Shinozaka or not, but definitely a danger for B Gaming. I don't want to give up that that tier 8 light tank easy. That's for sure. 7mm even getting a few kind of spam shots across on towards Shinozaka's general area, but it looks to be a pretty solid commitment to the 2 flag right here by Caren Tiger. I mean, yeah, they could still move away, but that's where they're positioning for.
Yeah, definitely. Akio V has already taken a little bit of damage here, and he's actually getting shot in the back or in the side, really, from 7mm, who's down in that O-line. 7mm for his own right. He's going to be punished for it. So an important pick up there for Caren Tiger in control of the map in that area, but they are going to lose Akio V, so it's a tier 8 for a tier 10. At the moment, that favors B Gaming.
B Gaming don't have Utori and Tomato JP here yet, though. And oh no, what's this Tomato JP? And his Batchat 25T is rotating all the way through the town. I think that could be a little bit of a mistake, because that's going to mean that B Gaming here, they are overpowered. There's too many tanks from the Caren Tiger side in this brawl. Yeah,
you're definitely right. T4 in the 113 has gone down. Kyungkan Power, Batchat is reloading. Taki's Batchat is reloading as well. It's not a great situation here for B Gaming, and it does seem like Caren Tiger is starting to pull some back, but in saying that, B Gaming have done a little bit of damage back over to Caren Tiger now. And, well, it's still hanging very much in the balance. Whichever of these guys gets maybe the next couple of kills, it's going to be big.
It's going to be very, very big right there as B Gaming, well, they are not looking too good. 6.4k HP, but Caren Tiger actually only 4k HP. They started off with quite a bit less, and they're faster lineup, but they are going to be able to take down another gun from the field. That's going to be Til Matil, dropping only 4 tanks on the B Gaming side remaining. Caren Tiger have 6 very low tanks left.
Yeah, I don't know about this one for Caren Tiger. They need to be careful.
Yeah, they do need to be careful.
They do have the extra guns in the game, but that can very quickly swing away. B Gaming, looks like the majority of them have decent amounts of shells loaded. Kyungkan Power will have to be reloading shortly, but Tomato JP, Taki full, and the 113 of Utori, of course, also has a shell available to him. Taki might spot out Dekamori Sane, but actually he gets spotted out on his own right, so needs to be careful with his position here. If he peeks out for a little bit too long, he is going to be demolished.
Yep. Taki definitely does have to be careful, and I like how Caren Tiger are all sort of sitting here in the town, ready to unleash on someone, because of course if they get themselves into any 1v1s or 1v2s, then they're probably going to lose most of them. Maybe Yupa might be able to pull something off, but apart from that, the rest of them are just too low to do anything. Dekamori Sane actually on 858 HP, but definitely not looking super healthy either.
Utori's been spotted out, but he's also spotted a couple of those Caren Tiger players. It's a bit of a slow passage of play now here. B Gaming They have the HP to play with, but they don't have the tanks to play with. So they're just sitting back here and allowing Caren Tiger to push into them, hoping for a mistake. And Caren Tiger, similarly for their own right, really, they can't afford to make a mistake here. So they're just deliberating as to what they're going to do.
Yeah, so right now, Caren Tiger just going to be looking to stay stationary for now. They do have to maybe get themselves on towards the 2-cap potentially. That's the issue for them. And I suppose the question for Caren Tiger is, do they go for the 2-cap, or do they just, you know, try and take the remaining members of B Gaming out? Because if they go for a flag, I suppose it doesn't have to be the 2-cap, then, you know, they are then in danger of essentially B Gaming knowing where one of them is, and most of them can't take more than a shot. So a shot or two.
Well, Caren Tiger have decided to put Opalisk over to that 2-cap. Try and draw a response here from B Gaming. It's probably a good strategy. If they can, you know, if they can pick up Count Power or Tacky straight off the bat, they've still got a pretty good chance in this one. There's a lot of burst damage available there for Caren Tiger with all those auto loaders that they've got available. So, yeah, I mean, this one really hanging in the balance.
Yeah, definitely. So right here, we are going to be seeing the base cap tick down to 85, 84 seconds left. And right now, with B Gaming heading right back up towards the 2 flag, we are going to be seeing Caren Tiger just sitting back. I'm not too sure about those 2 tanks from Caren Tiger sitting all the way back at the 0 line. Maybe there to help out Dekamori Sane. If Dekamori Sane gets pushed by some of B Gaming, I hope they have, you know, the right views on towards him to actually help that out. But for now, Utori, a very healthy Utori in this 113, 1940 HP. It's going to take a lot of shots. It's going to be moving up towards his 2 flag and should be able to get the reset.
Shouldn't be a particularly difficult reset. Does have to deal with Poly though, because Poly is being a bit of a pain here. And you're right, Utori, this should be the one where he takes down Opalisk, and there we go. All the pressure has been relieved from B Gaming.
Yeah, good little shot there, taking down Mr. Opalisk.
And all of a sudden, the advantage that Caren Tiger had has now disappeared.
Yeah. Yeah, with another Caren Tiger tank going down. So suddenly it is a 3v4. And 3v4 very healthy tanks on the 4 side. So
it's just looking like it's leaning in the direction of B Gaming for now.
Very much so. Very much so. But Caren Tiger, look, they've still got a lot of damage on the field. That's the good news for them. And I mean, who knows? Maybe they'll be able to. Oh, well, it's not going to help them if they deal 95 damage or 94 damage to each other.
I'm not sure what they're doing.
Yeah. Oh, no. And yeah, getting the first shots off. No. Dekamori saying that's not going to work for you. Nope. He gets taken down. Yupa is going to be the next one to get spotted. He might be able to get a few shots onto Kyung Power, but it's not going to be enough, I don't think.
Yeah, he's going to be spotted out as a result as well. Yeah, he gets a couple of shots. He gets the kill in the end there, but he does sacrifice a bit of HP in doing so. It's now just that one tank, Yupa.
Yupa versus the world. And there is no physical way that he has enough shells in the clip to take out the remaining members of B Gaming. So B Gaming should be able to take this one out. And Yupa there in his bad chat, he will be running for dear life, but that's not going to happen. Tacky finds him.
Yep. In the end, B Gaming going to be going up 2-1, and they look pretty good there on Ruinberg.
Pretty good. Look, it was a slow style of play there from B Gaming, but you know, slow and steady wins the race, I suppose. But Caren Tiger, I didn't like one of their early rotates that they did on, you know, once they realised that B Gaming were coming towards them. I think it was Caren Tiger that had to rotate one tank back all the way through the city, and that did not work well, you know?
Yeah, no, exactly. It didn't work out particularly well there, but I mean, look, defensive-sided map, B Gaming on the defense picked it up.
Yeah.
Potential here for Caren Tiger to come back in the second half. But
definitely,
before we get there, we'll have a look first at the replays and the post-battle stats from that one. 7mm here did his best, but really in that sort of a position, you're not going to have much of a chance.
Yeah, unfortunately for 7mm, but B Gaming there on the defense. Again, I thought Tomato JP, coming from the city, did a pretty good job as well. Got a good little rotate going on and managed to take out Caren Tiger. Or help take out Caren Tiger on his little flank there. And this is Tomato JP. Was it Tomato JP getting a nice shot on towards you? But no, Tacky got it. But overall, B Gaming looking pretty strong there on the defensive side of Ruinberg. Let's take a look at how much damage they dealt, though, to see where they all stacked up against each other. Tacky, of course, one of our favourites in that batch chat, dealt 3.5 thousand damage. Kyung Count Power in the batch at 2.7k. And yeah, no other real surprises there for me, Jordan.
No, not really. I didn't. Yeah, pretty much exactly what we would have expected. T54 lightweight's not really having much of a say. Accio V in the bat chat, maybe a little disappointing there for Caren Tiger.
Yeah, would have liked to have seen Accio V there, just to knock up a little bit more damage. But, well, win some, you lose some, I guess. So, moving on towards our next map, next half of Ruinberg, right there. Well, we could be seeing B Gaming maybe even 2-0. I think they're actually looking strong enough that they could get a 2-0 here on Ruinberg.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, it's possible.
You know what I would really like to see B Gaming do something a little bit crazy here on Ruinberg. You know,
I think you've been saying that all night. Every sort of series.
It's because I want to see them do something crazy.
I want to see Coalition Zoo do something crazy here on Himmelsdorf, and it's like, nah, sorry, mate.
Well, until one team does something, I'm going to keep on saying it because I'd love to see it. We've seen B Gaming pick a mouse before. You know, we've seen B Gaming pick FE215.
I mean, to be fair, Ruinberg attack might be the one you do it on.
Exactly.
We've seen some interesting strategies on the attack here on Ruinberg. Those trying to box in those lower profile tanks with the mouses or the E100s.
Or the OHOs.
The OHO as well. So, yeah, potentially. Although I don't think in a situation like this, B Gaming are going to be looking for something like that. I mean, usually in those situations, it's when a team is on the back foot and they don't feel like they can come into it with a big victory.
Probably going to be seeing some standard tank lineups.
So, well, we'll see whether or not we're right and have a look and see into the second half here of Ruinberg. No crazy picks. Sorry, mates.
Crazy picks. That's a little bit disappointing. But, well, these guys are in it to win it. That is for sure. Caren Tiger picking some French Tier 10 auto-loading heavies. Going to be going with the IS-4s as well. The Soviet Tier 10 heavies. And a couple of bat chats thrown in there. Why not, I guess? Over on the B Gaming side. But at the moment, B Gaming on the attack. It's looking like they're going to be heading out towards a 2-flag attack early on. Maybe pushing up the hill towards the 2-flag. They definitely have a pretty decent team for that.
Yep.
Bat chats and
AMX 50Bs.
Yep. All they need to do is get themselves in towards the town. Get a bit of a brawl going there before the Caren Tiger defenders on the 1 flag can rotate.
This is not a bad situation here for B Gaming. Look at how far back the Caren Tiger are playing.
There's three. Caren Tiger have sent 3 tanks back to defend the 1 flag. Typically, we only see 1, maybe 2. But if B Gaming engage here in the town, it's going to be a 7v4.
Well, they don't even need to necessarily engage in the town. The positioning that they've managed to gain without taking any damage is fantastic here for B Gaming. So Caren Tiger have really got a bit of an uphill battle now that B Gaming have got themselves into those good sort of defensive positions here. And B Gaming will be able to pressure that 2-cap without really any repercussions for now. It does feel like B Gaming, just might have gotten away with a little bit there.
Yeah, I think so. B Gaming with a very nice positional play to start off with, a very nice aggressive play. That's what we love to see from B Gaming. Opalisk, though, does manage to get a very nice spot off on towards that 2 flag with his RU-251. That's exactly what
I almost thought Opalisk was going to flip there.
Oh, almost, but not quite. He's not pulling off a bumpy ride like we saw, I think, Black do yesterday.
Yeah.
But overall, with 91 seconds left on the cap. Caren Tiger definitely have to come up with a strategy to try and come back in towards this. And I think we are going to be seeing the fight breaking out in the little town over there with Tomato JP taking some shots.
Yeah, it's definitely looking like the Caren Tiger are trying to force this one, and they've actually done a lot of damage over to B Gaming. Probably a little bit more than what they have taken. They need to find that first kill, though, and well, at the moment, they're having a little bit of a difficulty doing that. Polly down to 266. Eventually, he's going to go down. Tacky in response. He's going to be traded out. So it's a 1-for-1 at the moment. Caren Tiger still have a slight HP advantage, but how long is that going to last? The AMX 50B is going to be on the reload shortly. Dekamori Sane has got one shot left in his clip. In the end, it's going to be a 2-for-1, and actually B Gaming looking a little bit like they're struggling now on their attacking side.
Yeah, just a little bit. Of course, that cap pressure was completely relieved right there by Caren Tiger pushing him towards him. And, well, Caren Tiger actually might be looking to get another kill on towards Til Matil right there. The issue for B Gaming is that, well, the Caren Tiger, they still have the guns in the game. They do manage to get one, but again, it's a 3-for-2 overall so far.
Yeah, Kyung Power has no hope in that situation. Just been completely surrounded by Caren Tiger players. It's a 3 versus 5, and it does look like the defensive side proving to be quite useful here for Caren Tiger. Utori gets dropped very low, or Opolis rather gets very low by Utori. Still though, I think Caren Tiger are going to be pretty pleased with how this one is turning out.
Yeah, very pleased, I think. And, well, T4 here in his bat chat is going to be heading right back towards the city, I think, with the rest of these bat chats from B Gaming as they get the reload off. Caren Tiger chasing them right behind, and with Caren Tiger on a lot more HP than B Gaming, almost double their total HP pool, it's going to be very, very hard for B Gaming to come back into this.
Yeah, it definitely is. Definitely is indeed. I mean, they have 6 minutes to play with, but with pretty much the 2 weakest tanks on their team, plus a bat chat that's only on 570 HP, yeah, you're right. It is not going to be easy here for the B Gaming guys, and unsurprisingly, a very close matchup coming out once again. Yep. It's looking like a 1-1, and we've come to expect B Gaming and Caren Tiger to have some close matches, and this one's definitely delivering once again.
Absolutely. So right here, we are going to be seeing Shino Zakat in the IS-4 poke that corner as well, and not too sure, 7mm and the rest of these bat chats are not going to have an easy time kind of out-trading the FV215B, the IS-4, the AMX 50Bs. They're not only outmanned at the moment, or they're also outgunned on the field. So Caren Tiger going to be spreading up to defend the one flag a little bit, which is a good move. You know, B Gaming potentially one of their options would have been to push towards the one flag and maybe peek the corner of it and look down the road, get some of Caren Tiger while they were moving up to the flag. But that's not going to be the case because Caren Tiger already sitting in some pretty nice defensive positions on towards that flag.
B Gaming have got a bit of a difficult situation to dig themselves out of. I mean, I'm not so sure. What exactly do you even do here? Like, anywhere that you go, you're going to be at a disadvantage. So, yeah, B Gaming have to go for something. Oh, Utori! He almost did a black there.
Almost.
But he's going to be okay.
Yeah, I mean, look, it is very, very hard. Mudame, could be a possible pick that they could have got, maybe, because he's sort of on his own. But there's no easy way to do it. Look, they just have to try and go in here, try and go in against these two tanks, try and 3v2 them, and hope that they miss shots.
Yeah, well, at the moment, a shot's been bouncing off the turret of 7mm, and they're actually doing a decent amount of damage. It's a 3 versus 3 now. Dekamori Sane goes down without B Gaming taking all that much damage in response. Now Shino Zakat is the focus here for the B Gaming lineup, and, well, this is actually going a lot better than I expected it would have.
Yeah, definitely. They've just evened it up a little bit. So now it is a 2-on-3, and they've managed to get a tank on towards that cap, which is a pretty good result, I think. 7mm. It's going to take 2 shots to take him down. Utori, probably 1 shot. T4 1 shot, so that is the danger. And now Mudame is actually moving up in that AMX 50B. He just proxy spotted T4, and that is not good news for T4.
Definitely not. Mudame picks himself up an easy kill. The AMX 50B having no troubles closing out the bat chat there. And yeah, definitely still very much weighted in the favour of Caren Tiger, but Mudame does take a shot. Utori's not yet spotted, although ever
Now
so
he is.
slowly, Caren Tiger are making movements in the direction of these B Gaming members, and it was a pretty good fight in the end there from B Gaming, and well, 7mm, he's not down yet, but it's only a matter of time.
Yeah, there's no real way that AKV should be able to mess this up, I suppose. And I mean, yeah, 7mm, his only real chance now is to run away and hope that Caren Tiger try and chase him for a little bit too long. It's looking like that is actually what he's doing, but he is spotted there, so AKV is going to be aiming in a little bit, maybe getting a shot across.
Ooh.
Misses though.
Wouldn't have killed him.
Wouldn't have killed him, but the good news here for 7mm is that there's only 2 tanks left on the field.
He's on the attack though. Like I guess you could make that argument if he was on the defense, but really
Yeah.
he has to be the one that's taking the initiative in this battle, and he doesn't have time to cap,
Yeah.
and he doesn't really have the damage and the HP to play with to go for a brawl here. So I just don't see a situation where he's able to get out of here alive.
Yeah, no, and that's the issue. He's in the AP as well. If he was in the regular bat chat, then he could have put a little bit more damage out, but no, instead he's just going to get found out, blown up by Caren Tiger, who evened it up to a piece.
Indeed they do, 2 apiece. No surprises coming out there. We saw a 5-4 yesterday. We're headed in that direction once again here between B Gaming and Caren Tiger. And the last 6 maps that they've played have been 1-1s, if we include yesterday. So
Yeah.
it's no surprises to see this coming out like this.
A lot of 1-1s. Yeah, I'm glad I'm not too sure why I picked 5-2 to
No, because we did these. To be fair, we did those predictions before we saw
True.
yesterday's play. So
True.
remember, I said 5-3 to B Gaming today. You said 5-4 to B
5-4.
Gaming.
Yeah, yeah.
So
yeah. Fair, so I'm
revised predictions are still
revised,
okay.
roughly okay, exactly.
I mean,
exactly.
so, to be fair, 5-2 is still could be correct if B Gaming close it out here from here. But regardless, let's have a look at the replays there from the Rurenberg second half.
Okay, so here we go. This was Tiltil just getting closed out, and well, at this stage, B Gaming they just lost too many tanks. It was as simple as that. They pushed in towards it, and Caren Tiger were ready. Caren Tiger got some excellent shots across, and were just able to take down too many of B Gaming for them to really, have much of an impact on the rest of the game. There's no way that they could have won from that point onwards when it was like a 3v4. Even though they got those, those initial great picks on towards the IS4, and I think it was one more tank that was there, maybe Polly, the FE215B.
Yeah, it was a good fight back from Caren Tiger, but again, they were never really in a position to have just enough to put them over the line there after that initial sort of a fight that came out. So, yeah, Caren Tiger pick up the victory. We'll have a look at the damage stats before we get into our next map, but yeah, it's been interesting so far. Looking forward to the next map. AMX 50B up the top, really not a surprise again. Used to seeing that.
Yep.
And a 25 TAP. Now that was 7mm from B Gaming, who was alive for the whole battle, so I guess that makes sense as well.
Yeah, there we go. So 7mm down there, 2.8 thousand damage. Can't really complain about that one. And Utori there in that Bat Chat AP dealing 1700, but Yupa in the IS4. That's a little bit disappointing, only dealing 459 damage down
but he
the
still
bottom.
won.
He still won, exactly. So I suppose you can't complain in the end.
Nope.
So there we go. The big players from Caren Tiger carrying it through. So 2 apiece. And I think we're going to be in for another real battle royale tonight between these 2 teams, because it's looking like we're starting like that. Moving on towards the next map, which is of course Himmelsdorf.
Himmelsdorf indeed.
Himmelsdorf. I think again, both of these teams very, very close on Himmelsdorf, and we could be seeing some more intensely fought battles.
Yep, we've seen them play Himmelsdorf yesterday as well. They picked up the attacking side, each of them. So it was a 1-1 again, like I've said so many times. Both sides picking up the attacking side. It is Caren Tiger's pick. They picked it yesterday as well. And I think they do come into it with a bit of an advantage. But again, I mean, I'm sure we've already broken this down yesterday. B Gaming, so good on the attacking side of Himmelsdorf that it is hard to see Caren Tiger being able to pull out a 2-0 here.
Yeah, I think so. Well, I suppose we'll have to wait and see whether the tank lineups give us anything to go off But let's have a look.
4005.
FV4005.
Caren Tiger used that yesterday.
Yep, and I like it. I absolutely like it. If we take a look at what it's going up against, it is going up against 3 kind of proper heavies, the 113s, then the AMX 50Bs on the other side, then 1 batch head. So it's got a good lineup. It's got some good stuff to shoot. So I think overall, I'm liking Caren Tiger's lineups.
I feel like
here.
this is exactly the same lineups that they used yesterday.
It probably would be, to be quite honest.
And now it's Caren Tiger on the defense side first here, which is fine. Although I would expect B Gaming to pick up the attacking side. However, moving over to the defending side for B Gaming, it's really bad. They've played it 7 times and they have not won a single time. So hopefully they want to turn that around today.
I could win a defensive side of Himmelsdorf. It's not that hard. Come on, B Gaming.
Yeah.
But let's have a look here, Jordan, where these guys are going to be rolling out. Caren Tiger heading out towards 1 flag, and some very early aggressiveness coming out of the Caren Tiger lineup. Modame also heading out down there. This could be a bit of a surprise for B Gaming.
Yeah, Opalisk has been spotted in the courtyard there, but in turn he spots out a lot of those B Gaming players. So Caren Tiger are going to have a good awareness of what's going on here. They're still pushing down towards the southern end of those railway tracks, and this could potentially be an early fight actually on Himmelsdorf that we don't usually see coming out. I think it's really in the hands of Caren Tiger. They have the information. If they want to push a fight here, they could definitely do it.
Absolutely, and Caren Tiger, the dream for them would be for B Gaming to just run right in towards them at the rail tracks. But Mubesi has been spotted right there, and well, that might just be the end of it with that 113 getting spotted. Count Power as well. So it's probably going to give B Gaming a bit of an idea that maybe there's a few more Caren Tigers waiting in the bushes.
Yeah, potentially. Opalisk has found himself in a corner of that courtyard there just to stop the guys from B Gaming getting up the banana unannounced. But it does seem like B Gaming looking to make their way up through the hill instead. So Opalisk perhaps not going to be super effective in that position.
I would definitely agree with that. It's looking like Count Power moving up towards the hill with the rest of B Gaming. I've already got Taki and Til Matil up there as well. And I think Caren Tiger pushing through. So again, Caren Tiger going very, very aggressive right here. Something that we're not always used to seeing, but they do have to be careful that they don't kind of split half and half, because as they're pushing through, it's looking like B Gaming have just changed their mind.
It does appear to be that way. We'll see how this turns out for them. There's a few Caren Tiger members in this church courtyard, so this could be dangerous. B Gaming have all been spotted out, and they are indeed going to find them. Polly's going to take a couple of shots, but doesn't take any damage. Yupa is now being the focus here for B Gaming. Lot, on the other hand, is taking a lot of fire, and his teammates coming in just to stop those shots coming into the direction of him. At the moment, neither team has lost a tank yet. In the end, though, Yupa will be the first tank to go down there. Caren Tiger definitely got caught out in that situation, but in reality, hasn't worked out all that well for B Gaming either. They've lost a lot of HP. They have got those 2 initial picks, but still, look at how low they have gotten.
Yeah, look at that. Absolutely crazy. They've gotten so
Til
low.
Matil's just charging down the banana, trying to get involved in this fight, but really, the FV4005 there of Mordame does pick himself up another kill. This is not looking too great for Caren Tiger in the end, actually, because now B Gaming have got a lot of tanks on the field, which Caren Tiger are missing. If they can utilize that extra DPM, they should be able to come out of this one with a victory.
Yeah, but Mordame might be the key here. If Mordame can get a big shot across with this FV4005 onto maybe Kyung Power, that could be the turning point. Is he going to go for it? Oh no, who's he going for? It's not going to be Kyung Power. It looks like he's going for Taki. Gets the bat chat instead. Good play, I think, there from Mordame.
Definitely good play. If he can get out of here alive, which it looks like he's going to be able to do, that's a great result already. 2 very good shots coming out from Mordame. Akio V is just trying to soak up a couple of shots and does put one into Utori as well. So now things are starting to look a little bit dangerous.
Kyung Power pokes here. He's going to have an FV4005 in his face. No, Akio V bait him.
Yeah, Mordame, I don't even think he needs to be needs a bait. He's just wanting to drive forward. As soon as they spot Tiltil Matil out here, Mordame is going to start to move forward, and Tiltil Matil does take down Shinozakit, but if these guys over here in the courtyard can take down the AMX 50B, which of course they can, now things swing back in the favor of Caren Tiger.
Yep, there we go. Big plays there from Modame. And Akiov in that IS4 should be able to, well, take out Tiltil Matil if Modame cannot. As that FV4005 is just about reloaded right here. And it should be a Caren Tiger victory here on Himmelsdorf. Very, very close one, though.
Yeah, I mean, there's potential for Tiltil Matil here to come up with the goods. He can easily take out Mordame.
Yeah.
That's not a problem. And I guess getting the IS4 down is going to be a little difficult. Well, probably
you just have to
more than a little difficult.
The IS4 just has to miss the first shot, and then Tiltil Matil has to run around. But even then, it is going to be difficult because the IS4's got 1310 HP left, and it's an AMX 1390. If it was a Batchat AP,
sure,
there's potential, but probably not. So we are going to be seeing Modame moving up towards the 2 cap right here, and I think we may even be seeing Tiltil Matil with a 183mm Hesh shell heading into his face.
Potentially, although the 4005 is not exactly aiming in that direction, though he has moved his sightline, and there you go. Mordame picks it up. Caren Tiger with the victory on the defensive side. Again, not what we saw yesterday. Both teams picked up the attack, and that's not a good result at all for B Gaming. That's their first loss on Himmelsdorf attack.
First loss on Himmelsdorf attack. Oh, could be coming undone for B Gaming a little bit there. I don't know, a little bit shaky for them. But overall, again, like somewhat close. I think Caren Tiger there was an interesting choice for B Gaming.
Yeah.
To come back down the hill.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah. I'm just trying to wonder what, triggered them to do that, because obviously
I don't think they spotted anyone.
No, that was the thing. They didn't spot, and they certainly didn't spot the whole team of Caren Tiger rotating back. Maybe they just changed their mind, or a different shot was called. But overall, maybe it would have worked better if they just pushed down kept on pushing down the hill with their tanks and got on towards the 2 flag. I think it actually would have worked better because Caren Tiger would have taken a long time to get back on towards that 2 flag, because they were all at the railroad, all the way at B Gaming spawn. So if B Gaming had managed to get on towards the 2 cap, start the cap, then Caren Tiger might have been rushed into getting the reset.
It potentially could have. I mean, we'll never know really, but we know that the option that they did take didn't work out. Well, I mean, it kind of worked out in a sense that they started off pretty well. They got a couple of picks onto Caren Tiger, but in the end, Caren Tiger was able to pull that one back, and I'm sure the replay is going to show us here how it started off. Look at this. Caren Tiger, they lost the first 2 tanks, but still managed to come up with a victory.
There we go. So, right there, Caren Tiger. Going to be feeling pretty happy about that one. I think this was Taki getting a few shots across. Mordame with a big play, the big shot on towards Taki. And we were kind of questioning Mordame not shooting the AMX 50B, but I didn't see Taki poking around that corner, and just a Batchat with, what, 90% of his HP remaining, 80% of his HP remaining. That is exactly what the FV4005 eats for breakfast.
Yeah, I mean, speaking of the FV4005, I reckon he would have done a pretty decent amount of damage throughout this one. It's been a worthwhile pick for Caren Tiger. Until he walks around that corner, or drives around that corner and goes, "Oops, maybe he shouldn't have gone down here."
Maybe not. Maybe his crew's not really liking him for getting a giant shell put into their tank. Oh well.
Yeah, let's see how that FV4005 did
Yeah.
in the post-battle stats.
Ooh, second 3k damage. Can't complain about that for Modame. And that's the nice thing about the FV4005. It means that even if you're in a situation where you're outnumbered near the end of the game, like it can still completely turn it around with one shot.
Yeah.
Because one shot can deal so much damage. So I'm liking it. I'm liking the picked, and hopefully B Gamer will pick it on the next half.
On their attacking side, do you think? Oh, on their No, you're talking about B Gaming, right? Okay, so B Gaming on the defensive side, you
Yeah.
want to see have their FV4005.
I think Caren Tiger will pick it again.
Yeah, we saw Caren Tiger take it on the attack
Yeah.
last map, or yesterday as well. I don't think B Gaming actually picked it up at all yesterday. So, although we know B Gaming are not the team that will avoid these kinds of tanks, right? We
Yeah,
saw them pick up the
exactly.
215B 183s against EL, which was
Mines.
actually on mines. But certainly they can utilize that here in Himmelsdorf as well. Just depends on whether they're going to have a bit of a departure from the strategy that they used yesterday, which obviously didn't work out on the defensive side. But this time they've got another opportunity. It would be, if they pick up the win here, B Gaming, on the defensive side, it would be their first defensive win on Himmelsdorf. So, they've lost for the first time on the attack, but hopefully
Would
for
be
them,
the first win, yeah.
they'll be able to come back and get the first win. So,
There you go.
would even out the scales a little bit.
Well, and they need to, because this is a big grudge match between these two teams, right? Caren Tiger and B Gaming, they played for the first time this season yesterday. They're playing for the second time this season today. And if B Gaming can't come away from either of those with a win, then, they lose a lot of bragging rights. And
Oh, yeah.
There's a bit of pride at stake between these two teams for sure. Obviously,
Definitely.
both being Japanese-based teams, and they both have a pretty big following for viewers, spectators, fans around the APAC region. So this is definitely a big match for them.
It certainly is, but yeah, look, Caren Tiger have put themselves in a fantastic position here. If they can pick up the attacking side of Himmelsdorf, which they did yesterday, going up 4-2 and heading on to the fourth map, they're in a good spot. Well, let's have a look and see how it's going to turn out here. The tank lineups are in, and the 4005 again coming out for Caren Tiger. This time they're on the attack, remember.
There we go. So that FV4005 is going to be a pretty nice pick there for Caren Tiger. This time, though, they, again, are going up against 3 113s. And so essentially 3 tanks that you really don't want to be shooting directly at with the 4005. Want to be kind of aiming to the side of them. AMX 50Bs should be slightly easy to go through, as is the Batchat of Taki. But right now, interesting rollout here from B Gaming. They kind of split 4, going all the way down towards the rail tracks and all the way down towards that spawn area of Caren Tiger. But Caren Tiger going right up the hill.
Yeah, I mean, they did this yesterday, didn't they?
Yeah.
So
I like the hill push here from Caren Tiger. This will work quite well because B Gaming don't have anyone to defend it on the A or B lines. This is where something like an FV4005 on kind of B3 or B4 would just work wonders here for the defenders.
But let's say Caren Tiger can get that 4005 of theirs down into sort of that 8 line or shooting down the banana, then things are going to be difficult here for B Gaming to actually even get back to the 2 cap.
Exactly. So
look at this. Caren Tiger moving very quickly into position here. They've spotted out 7mm. Utori, Tomato JP, and Akio V has just gone charging in there. Misses the first shot, but Polly, he wants to get in here and punish this. Look at that. He's gone in straight away, and he's taken a lot of damage, but now he's trying to put that damage back over to 7mm, who is definitely the focus fire here for B Gaming. And he's going to be going down. Caren Tiger find the first pick of this round. The attacking side looking good for Caren Tiger here so far.
Yeah, looking very nice here for Caren Tiger, and already getting some shots across with that Batchat. Shinozaki up on the hill as well. But where is that FV4005?
He's watching the 8 line.
Well, Mudame has not been spotted yet. As T4.
Oh,
there we go. See you later.
Till. Well, I mean, it was a 1390, but still a 1 shot.
Yep.
And Caren Tiger are going to be pretty pleased about that one. Mudame not under too much pressure, but he is taking a couple of shots there from Taki. Still, he'll get out of there okay. And already, Caren Tiger have the player advantage. They've got the HP advantage. This is looking very good for Caren Tiger. Could be a 4-2, which would really swing the scales in their favor in this entire series.
Yeah, could do. I think Caren Tiger pretty happy with this start that they've gotten here. Mudame on the reload just needs to poke around and get another shot on towards potentially T4 there in that AMX 50B. But right now, B Gaming only with 5 tanks left. Opalisk looks to be on fire potentially. Can't put that one out in the AMX 1390. But Caren Tiger aren't going to be too worried about that, as Kyung Power just getting decimated.
I'd really love to see this 4005 get a shot into the side of Taki. That would be beautiful. At the moment, though, Taki not really pushing him. Maybe Shinozaki here is going to come around behind Taki and try and force him out of this position that he's found himself in. Yes, Taki's going to be able to put a shot into Shinozaki, but now on the reload, Taki is going to be going down here. Shinozaki should clean this one up. No troubles at all. There you go. The cap started. I think that's just Shinozaki sitting on there. I don't know if he's actually going to stay on the cap and try and keep the pressure. Perhaps he might. Won't be the worst of ideas. Mubesi in the 113, able to take down his opposite number. In reality, Modame now, he's gone in the, well, pretty much in an aggressive sort of mode with that 4005.
Yes.
Needs to be careful though. He's pretty low on HP.
Fairly low, yeah, 718, but he can take a couple of shots. He can't take two from Kian Power, but should be able to take the rest and should be able to really one-shot any of the remaining members of B Gaming right here. And I think Modame is actually going to be coming around to the side as Utori takes it down. Akio V. And Mudame is spotted. See you later, T4 or Utori. It's take your pick
He
here.
can't beat this corner. If Utori and T4 put a shot into him, he's going to go down. So he needs to be careful. This is definitely not a one situation here for Caren Tiger.
No, you're right. You're right. He does have to play this one cautiously. Oh, there we go. At 644.
He's going to go down. So I think the one that peaks first loses in this sort of a situation. T4 is going to get 1, 2, and it's 2 for 2. Oh. Oh, Kian Power was able to take down one. So now we have a game on our hands. Both these tanks, very low on HP.
Oh, but Yupa probably needs to put 2 into Kian Power.
What's the average damage of 50B?
It's not 476, I'll tell you that much. It's much more along the kind of 400 lines.
In saying that, Yupa's on the defensive side, so he has a little bit more breathing room, I suppose. But with 5 minutes left on the clock.
Yeah. This is tricky here for Yupa. Ooh, and again, these teams, these matches between these two teams, Jordan, always never fail to disappoint. And
Always never.
Always never. Always never. At Kian Power, I like where he's sitting right here, as we see Yupa doing a bit of a jump. But right now, this is going to be tense.
Yeah, Yupa's not going to have an easy time of this
Coming
one.
up, peeking it slowly.
Yeah, he just doesn't want to take that first shot from Kian Power. And I mean, it's entirely possible that one of these guys is going to bounce a shell or something like that.
Oh, Yupa. Oh, guess what?
Oh, he got it!
He gets it! Oh my goodness, that was RNG.
RNGesus.
Yeah. Oh.
Well.
Literally roll of the dice that won Yupa that one there. He did peak first, but oh my goodness.
Caren Tiger going up 4-2.
Oh. Whew. How do you even like think after that one? Yupa's got to be so mad that he's on almost 500 HP, and I don't even know. But anyways, after that one, so close. It's hard to pick. Again, both of those teams there, they pulled out some interesting, good strategies. I think that FE4005 in the end there, it could have gone the other way as well. It could have, instead of dealing 600, it could have penned.
Well,
potentially.
yeah, potentially.
The side of a 113 potentially, but it was obviously angled quite nicely. So just did the kind of splash damage, if you will, whatever you want to call it, the half damage of that turret. But overall, I think, crazy map there on Himmelsdorf.
Yeah. Came down to the wire both times. And Caren Tiger coming up supreme on Himmelsdorf with a 2-0.
The 2-0.
Really not good stuff there for B Gaming. It's really put them in a bad spot here. But before we get too far ahead of ourselves in this series, let's just take a step back and have a look at the replays here.
Yes. Okay. So let's see how it works. This is the first battle that broke out between them. Okay, so Caren Tiger, they actually don't have the FE4005 down there yet, so just a bit of a minor mistake, because that could have been an extra shot, that could have been an extra tank killed. B Gaming, however, fought it quite well. And Caren Tiger, obviously, there wasn't a great focus fire coming out from B Gaming, because lots of Caren Tiger are kind of half health, semi-down, you know, damaged but not down. And B Gaming really needed to just take a few more guns down, so they had less to worry about. And they managed to at the end there. Utori and T4 managed to mop a couple up. But there was that 644 damage shot. You know, T4 again. It could have been as simple as him just moving in front of one of the tanks there, but not going to be the case. And here, Yupa, Kyung power, 476, and he takes him down. Whew. Crazy.
Crazy indeed. Crazy stuff. And the damage stats will be interesting to see. I mean, I'm sure we'll be seeing some AMX 50Bs up the top of those charts, but maybe the FV4005 going to make an appearance.
I think so.
Let's have a look and see. 4005 in fourth.
Crazy damage numbers from a lot of tanks right here. 1, 2,
Well,
3,
it went
4,
down to the wire.
5 tanks. 5 tanks that dealt over 3,000 damage, and you're right, it did go down to the wire. But overall, some very impressive numbers coming out of those top 5 players, or even top 6 players in that one, because Polly in his AMX 50B dealt just about 3k damage as well. So, got to be pretty happy with that. And down the bottom was those AMX 1390s as expected. And Accio V 7mm obviously just got blown up in that IS4 and the 113. Actually, Accio V got 5 shots off, only one of them hit though, which is a bit disappointing. But
Well, Himmelsdorf 2-0 in the favour of Caren Tiger. Great result for them. Now heading over to Steps, which was our tiebreaker map for yesterday. Caren Tiger did win that single round on it. They were on the defense, which is their favoured side. I could definitely see this going to a 1-1, which of course would lead Caren Tiger to a 5-3 victory. It's going to be interesting to see which side is, or which team is starting on what side, because B Gaming definitely favour the attack, and they actually lost the attacking side yesterday, which was their first attacking loss on Steps. But they'll definitely want revenge here. Caren Tiger, on the other hand, very much a defensive favoured team on Steps. So a difference in play style coming out here on Steps. It's going to be difficult for both these teams to find a 2-0. I'd be looking for a 1-1.
yeah, I would be looking for 1-1 as well. And I wonder if here on Steps, now that B Gaming are kind of down, they're down a little bit, they're in danger of losing this, not even going to a tiebreaker. They don't want that. Is this where they pick something like an artillery piece? They picked it before, you know. I think on Steps we could be seeing an arty, you know, maybe on the attack even or defense.
Potentially. It depends on what side I think these guys are going to be starting on. Again, it's going to come down to that. I mean, I feel it's either going to be a 5-2 to Caren Tiger or a 5-3 to Caren Tiger.
You reckon?
Depending on which side gets the start.
Ooh,
yeah.
Well, it will be a very hard ask for B Gaming to come in 2-0 this after Caren Tiger's been playing so well, that's for sure.
Well, let's get underway here, Alex. See if that artillery prediction may be correct here. And no artillery. A couple of T110E5s, though, from Caren Tiger. On the defense.
Yeah, okay. A couple of T110 E5s, and we've got 4 bat chats on the Caren Tiger side as well. B Gaming going to be going with those 4 bat chats as well. That's the Object 140 and the 113. So some pretty stock standard picks here. Again, those T110 E5s. I think 2 of them is just a little bit overkill for Steps, maybe. A Tier 10 American Heavy look. It's great for having one of them, maybe to poke. You know, in a nice hold down position, but as soon as they get rushed, they do nothing. You know, they just die. So, as with most tanks, I suppose. But
yeah,
here we go. Steps, of course, wide open fields of fire, lots of ground to cover for all of these tanks as well.
Oh well, our first round here on Steps is going to be a repeat of yesterday's tiebreaker with Caren Tiger on the defensive side. And once again, they've got Opalisk up on that boost, or attempting to get up on that boost. So a good start for Caren Tiger. This is starting out very similar to how we did see it yesterday. B Gaming playing a little bit slower than they did, though.
Yeah, so right now, B Gaming just going to be heading towards the 1 flag from the looks of things. And Lod actually heading up the Central Dried River on the map, which is, again, an interesting idea for him to head up there. But
oh, Tori.
Ooh.
What did he get shot by?
Is he spotted?
No.
I'm pretty sure that was a blind fire.
It would have been two blind fires.
Two blind fires. There could have actually been two blind fires there by Caren Tiger on towards Utori. Crazy.
Well,
maybe they've done their research as well.
Well, potentially.
And know that Utori sticks up there. But overall, B Gaming, not a great start when you're 4-2 down.
No.
And your RE251 almost gets insta-popped. Is not great. But Caren Tiger, though, they have to be a little bit careful because B Gaming are looking agitated from their positioning. They're pushing all the way up towards this rail track here. They've got Caren Tiger have got Opalisk up on the boost there. And Opalisk should be able to get some good shots down if B Gaming decide to push the spawn of Caren Tiger. But CT Tacky actually sitting all the way on top of this little mountain here. So if Kyung Power can get some good spots in that Object 140, then B Gaming should be able to get the damage out.
Potentially. We see Akio V down towards the southern end of the map here for Caren Tiger. Just scouting up there a bit. And again, it's very much mirroring exactly what happened yesterday between these two teams. Caren Tiger on the defensive side sending someone through the south of that map. Now they've got a couple of rotators coming across as well. Opalisk up on the boost. Hasn't yet had much of an impact on this game. Well, I think he might have just shot Lot in the turret.
Maybe.
The HE shell.
Yeah, well, that's what you'll do with an RE251 against a 113. Not too much is going to be able to go through that, but Lod actually pushing very aggressively right here. Has to be a little bit careful. He's been spotted out as well, so Opalisk should just be able to keep on throwing shells towards him, as we do have the cap started. Very aggressive play here. I wonder if it's going to get punished by Caren Tiger.
Yeah, Caren Tiger did have a bit of trouble getting some resets at times onto that one cap yesterday, but again, we'll see how it turns out today. Tomato JP, the one to be sitting on there. Utori a little bit too low probably to be taking away the singular cap duties, and he's scouting down towards the south, so potential for a pick here for Caren Tiger if Wadame and Akio V spot out Utori, and they're getting very close to doing so. Utori's in well, not a great spot here.
Not a great spot at all, Mr. Utori.
He's spotted now as well.
Yes, that's not great. Caren Tiger getting a nice flank down. If they can manage to take down Utori, then come around the back of B Gaming, then that's going to mean trouble for B Gaming. But B Gaming, they may not let that happen because by that time they may have actually pushed on towards Caren Tiger. They're going over the railroad.
They certainly are, and Mubesi, Yupa, and Opalisk are going to be in the firing line here. Although in saying that, Lod is going to take a little bit of damage, and not yet much going over to the side of Caren Tiger. Finally, Opalisk is starting to take some, but really, that's the target, I guess, that Caren Tiger would be happy to be losing a bit of HP on because, well, he's their tier 8 tank.
Yeah, there we go. So Caren Tiger are going to be pushing around right here, and Mubesi is going to be the target. And again, these T1 1025s, they might be good at poking. They're not good in a brawl like this, and that's what they've just found themselves in.
Still a 1-for-1 there. Make it a 2-for-1 as Caren Tiger is going to find another kill for themselves. This is still pretty even, Steven. The balance of HP quite close. Although, in saying that, B Gaming just lacking that single tank that Caren Tiger now has an advantage over them. And Opalisk charging around behind Tomato JP. He's getting as many shots in as he can. And in the end, Caren Tiger really just wiping up all of these B Gaming tanks. And it's looking pretty easy.
It's looking very easy for them, actually. And B Gaming, wow. Just not really holding a candle to the Caren Tiger defense right there. And I suppose Caren Tiger did have that nice tank in the boost. That helped them out quite a lot. And the T1 1025s, I suppose, stayed alive for long enough. Yupa's still not even damaged. So, yeah, B Gaming. That's going to be a loss for them.
That is going to be that. 5-2 will be the end scoreline there. Caren Tiger have, well, they've done one better than, or two better than they did yesterday.
Yeah. Wow, okie dokie. Caren Tiger absolutely taking it to B Gaming today, and something not quite so expected. I mean, obviously CT are strong, I think, strong in the defense of steps. They had an 83% win rate.
Well, it's even better from yesterday.
Even better from yesterday, so they're good at steps defense, and they're just continuing that, I guess.
They certainly are. B Gaming going to be finding their second loss of a steps attack, and Well, now they're 5-2 on steps attack, which is definitely not as good as 5-0.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that little bit of a block now coming out for B Gaming. Seems like Caren Tiger have got their number.
Yeah, seems like it, absolutely. And, well, unfortunately, B Gaming not even taking home a consolation prize of 1 point today for a tiebreaker loss. They just got the normal loss and, well, sitting with 0 points from it. So I think overall, Caren Tiger are going to be very, very happy. They've taken home a total of 5 points from B Gaming over the last couple of days.
Yeah, definitely. It's been a good result so far. Well, throughout Phase 2 for Caren Tiger, they pick up their first victory.
Yeah.
Not so crash hot for B Gaming, who, I mean, coming into this week were looking quite strong, but now, again, they're looking a little bit weak. I mean, they took EL Gaming to a tiebreaker, and now suffering 2 defeats to Caren Tiger. So, not sure what to make of this. We're going to be seeing some shifts in the standings here. Definitely Caren Tiger will be sitting a little bit higher than they started off this week at.
Yeah, there we go. So I think Caren Tiger, well, they definitely will be sitting a little bit higher. B Gaming maybe even a little bit lower as well. But overall, we've had some pretty interesting games this week. And I think just stepping back to that steps map for a moment, you know, it looked like a strange attack that B Gaming were going for because they almost went for the railroad push very early on. But then they decided against it for whatever reason, and I feel as if they'd actually committed to it at that early stage, you know, maybe it would have worked out better for them.
Well, I mean, they didn't get off to the greatest of starts with Opolis getting knocked down quite a bit, so that really limited their freedom. They had to put the bat chap onto the cap instead of the RU251, which is what we normally would see. So there was some things there for B Gaming which weren't quite what they would have wanted.
Yeah, exactly. Like you said, that random shot on towards Opolis, those 2 random shots on towards Opolis, you know, I'm not too sure whether that's because Caren Tiger have studied their replays there and know that Opolis likes to sit up on that hill on the attack to you know, get some spots across, or whether that was just, you know, oh yeah, let's just fire into some of these bushes.
Yeah, well, a good performance coming out there from Caren Tiger on steps. Let's take a look back at how things turned out for them.
Yeah, so here, this was Caren Tiger getting pushed in, and they were all ready, essentially. They were all ready to defend this one up, and, well, those bat chats there just went down super, super fast. Caren Tiger just had too much HP on the field, and they made their shots count more. I think B Gaming also maybe, you know, just wasting a few of their shots or dinging a few on the T110E5s. It's not really making them count as well.
Yeah, definitely wasn't the way B Gaming would have envisioned that one. And yeah, look, I mean, coming into this week, you would have said on paper that B Gaming might have been the better steps team, but certainly seems like Caren Tiger have taken that mantle for now. Their defense on steps looking sublime.
Flawless against B Gaming right there for sure. So I think, well, moving in towards, again, next week, you know, these teams won't be playing each other, which is interesting. We've had the whole season where they haven't played each other, then 2 days where they play each other twice.
Yeah, exactly. But let's have a look at the battle stats. It's Shinozaki and Yupa carrying the torch for the Caren Tiger.
Yes, Shinozaki and Yupa in that T110E5 again. Yeah, I mean, making it work. Props to them. They picked 2 T110E5s, and it's not a tank I'm a big fan of, but they're going to be increasing the win rate stat of it as they played them fairly well. Mubesi got rushed down and only dealt 411 damage, but at the end of the day, it did not really matter. Lod there, 0 damage in the 113 though, a little bit disappointing.
Yeah, well, so far it's been a pretty good start to Phase 2. We've seen some surprising results, some good matches coming out, some exceptional plays, and, well, hoping to see more coming out next week, to be honest, because really Phase 2 is when things start to heat up here.
Exactly. This is the hot end of the competition where these teams are really going to be looking to, you know, to win. They don't have to worry about, you know, being eliminated. Now that we have the top 8 teams, it's the focus is on winning and just winning.
Well, speaking of winning, we've had a few winners today. It's been a good start to Phase 2. The good, whatever you want to say. It's been a good start. 2 5-0s, 2 5-2s. Some pretty quick games, but
you know, we tried to pick a couple of them as you know, tiebreakers maybe, or much closer games.
Well, I did think across the board it was going to be a little closer than this.
Yeah, exactly. You know, EL Gaming versus Dark Wolves, we both called that a 5-0, but overall,
well, Horseman taking down Meltdown is really the big surprise this week for me.
It's an upset.
Yeah,
exactly. You know, taking down the second place team, and again, like you said, Meltdown haven't lost a game since EL in week 1.
Yeah.
So when Horsemen take them down, it's like, wow, wow, anything really can happen in our league.
Definitely anything can happen. We'll have a look and see how the standings are shaping up here after our first day of Phase 2. Neil, unsurprisingly, still up the top there. Meltdown have faltered a little bit here. Look, team efficiency getting very close to taking that number 2 spot.
Wargaming and Caren Tiger, actually, I think, wow, look at that. Pretty intense, actually pretty close with 6, 7, and 8, of course, but...
I think they're being updated on the fly here. Go. So
yes,
we're Caren Tiger up the top. Well, not up the top, but in number 4, above B Gaming.
Yeah, B Gaming going to be so disappointed with that.
Yeah.
Could be like, oh, no. Caren Tiger, please. But year 3, those 3 teams, Team Coalition Zoo, Horsemen, and the Dark Wolves sitting 6, 7, and 8 down the bottom there. Wow. With all equal points. That's going to be a bit of a fight.
Everything to play for.
Yeah, absolutely. That is going to be an intense fight.
And it just goes to show how close things are as well.
Yeah, and in saying that, I think if Horsemen can continue their streak that they've been showing this weekend, well, I think we could be seeing them heading a little bit higher than 6, 7, and 8.
Potentially. But team efficiency, they looked very strong today as well. They picked up a win yesterday or on Thursday against the Coalition Zoo too. So, if team efficiency continue playing like they had today, then we could be seeing them challenge Meltdown for that second position. Who knows what could happen here throughout the rest of our season. But for now, that's going to be all for us tonight. We've seen some really awesome games coming out, and hopefully looking forward to some more awesome games coming out next week. If you'd like to join us, we'll be starting on Saturday at 4 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time, and of course Sunday the same time as our second day of next week. But until then, I'll have to say good night and happy tanking.